We were smarter than the underfunded schools you put us in, but you had your knee on our neck. We could run corporations and not hustle in the street, but you had your knee on our neck. We had creative skills. We could do whatever anybody else could do, but we couldn't get your knee off our neck. What happened to Floyd happens every day in this country, in education, in health services, and in every area of American life. It's time for us to stand up in George's name and say, get your knee off our necks.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us here at ET Live at Home. I'm Denny Directo.
And I am Malicia Johnson.
It's an emotional day in Minneapolis today as the family of George Floyd and the city gather for a memorial to celebrate his life. And that's where we find ET's Kevin Frazier, who's on the ground in Minnesota with more.
I got to tell you, it really was a day of celebration and solidarity here in Minneapolis as stars and just regular folks came together to celebrate the life of George Floyd. I will tell you this, outside during the entire service, you could hear a pin drop. I mean, literally, everyone was focused and listening. Younger folks, college students were sitting on lawns, and there were people who were closer up standing the entire time. But everyone was really focused on every word. There were applause when Al Sharpton spoke. There were moments of silence. There were a few chants. And as the family left, the crowd began chanting George Floyd. It really was beautiful. Now let's talk about the celebs for a second, because super producer Will Packer has known Benjamin Crump, the family's lawyer, for a long time. And Ben Crump said, listen, what will help us, what will help amplify the cause and the importance of this moment is if you bring some of the famous faces who care here. So Will arrange for a plane from Atlanta. He arranged for a plane from Los Angeles, and that's where you see Kevin Hart, Tiffany Haddish, Tyrese, you see Ludacris, you see T.I., you see so many people coming here to support the family, but also to understand how they will take this mission forward, what will come next. And, you know, Ludacris told me right off the bat, he wants every college president to establish a scholarship fund just like they did here at North Central University.
Listen, what I need, like everybody needs to do like President Hagan, and they need to start a scholarship, a George Floyd. All universities need to start a George Floyd scholarship for black students. Do exactly like President Hagan did here at North Central University, and that's exactly what needs to happen.
Meanwhile, Will Packer is busy trying to change things in Atlanta and the state of Georgia. He's also helping out here in Minneapolis. So you should keep your eye on what he does. I mean, besides making great movies, I really think he is focused on the future and helping to change the way that this world works. You helped bring these folks here. Why was it important for you to put these people on the plane to get them here?
Because I called my brother Ben Crump and I said, what can we do? And he said, you bringing a contingent from Black Hollywood helps to elevate what we're doing. It helps to elevate the mission. We only know about George Floyd because it was filmed, because of video. That's the power of media. So for myself and my colleagues, this is what we do. His death will not be in vain if we elevate it and we let people know. And we're continuing to work on missions like in Georgia, few states that hate crime bill. So we're working together to make sure that we push legislation past the Georgia Senate in Georgia, because undoubtedly new evidence has come out that shows it was a hate crime that happened to Ahmaud Arbery. This cannot continue to happen. So we're working together from Hollywood to the civil rights to the legal movement. Together we are powerful, and we're forming a coalition. You're going to be hearing more about that.
Now, one of the things that Kevin Hart mentioned to me was the fact that there is momentum right now. People are focused on change and making things better, and he does not want to let that lag.
Right now is not only time for change, but I think that it's happening. You know, there's a positive in every negative, and I think there's going to be an amazing positive to come out of this.
And you have to help lead the way.
Absolutely, man.
Tiffany Haddish came by and she waved. She was still emotional, and you saw how emotional she was inside the service. Same with Tyrese. You could see that Tyrese was really just taking the moment in, and he came here on a mission, and I think he left a changed man.
It's painful. Unfortunately, As a black man, we've been in these rooms way too many times. And God has given us all a platform, a stage, influence, and whatever level of comfort, whatever level of reassurance, whatever level of just being fully present, and whatever comfortability we have contributed to on any level of just being here, that's what we wanted to do.
I really do think at the end of the day, Hollywood will help lead the way. But the people who really will spur change is the young folks, the folks who have been out here. You know, I have never seen so many white people with Black Lives Matters t-shirts on, and the solidarity felt among people and the way the world has come together. And that, this entire week, has given me hope. Yes, there's been looting and criminal activity, but more importantly, I have seen people come together like never before. The fact that Hollywood is getting involved and using their famous faces to push this agenda, I love it. But more importantly, I say thank you to all the people who are marching around the world, because you are the change.